go ahead and get comfy. We'll take these few minutes here to make those adjustments you need to make that you want to make. Lay down if that is part of your practice today. It really is helpful to prop yourself up if you're laying down on your back or on your side or on your stomach, or even if you're sitting up, having a pillow under your knees or under your head. Just getting as comfy and cozy as possible is the right way to approach this. Grab a blanket or sweater, socks, so you can stay nice and warm throughout the practice. Might be nice to put a towel or a washcloth or a scarf over the eyes, or to turn off all your lights. So just taking these just final few moments to just kind of scoot in, get a little bit more comfortable. Take this time to get a little more comfortable while I get all my notes together. Okay. So the preparatory practice today is to be focusing on the breath in a certain way. Of course, I'll guide you. If your eyes haven't closed by now, go ahead and close them. Or, of course, remember, you can do this entire practice with your eyes open. Just have your eyes open and gaze at one point the entire time. Have a soft gaze at one point. And just take a moment to notice your inhales and your exhales. There's no need to change anything about the breath. You're just going to notice it. And maybe it'll feel good to take a couple long inhales and exhales. Sometimes it's just kind of nice to take some deep breaths just to start that process of settling in. Feel free to do that if you'd like. And to continue settling in, I'm just going to have you simply imagine the path of the breath. So you'll be imagining now, imagine that you could inhale in just through your right nostril. Just imagine that you could inhale in through your right nostril, and the inhale could come to the space between your eyebrows. And then imagine that when you exhaled, you would exhale out just through the left nostril. This is your chance to really start tapping into your imagination. And then you go back the way you came. So imagine that you would inhale through the left nostril, and the breath would just kind of hang out at the space between the eyebrows. And then exhale down and out through the right nostril. And you just keep imagining this. Inhaling through the right nostril up to the space between the eyebrows. Out through the left nostril, in through the left nostril to the space between the eyebrows, and out through the right nostril. You might imagine the feeling of it going in and out, back and forth. You could potentially imagine the breath as a beam of light. Inhaling that beam of light in through the right nostril to the space between the eyebrows, and out through the left nostril, and then back in through the left and out through the right. You're simply tapping into your imagination, imagining that this specific path of the breath is happening right now. Notice if any judgments come up about that. Any extra thoughts? And then just keep doing the practice. Remember, there's no way to do it wrong. You can't do this incorrectly because you've showed up, you're here, you've decided to do it, so you're doing it. In through one nostril and out through the other. Keep going. And then with your next exhale, let that practice go and just observe what it's like to evenly inhale through both nostrils at the same time and exhale out through both nostrils at the same time. Feeling into the breath and really paying attention to the feeling of the breath moving in and out through both nostrils at the same time. And it's as if this awareness of the breath could help the body settle in to the stillness of Yoga Nidra a little bit more. Remembering that the stillness is a chosen stillness, already settling in to this idea of not having to do anything at all. And that includes not having to move the body at all. Unless, of course, there's a nudge to move, a nudge to do so. That's fine. If there is, you just move and then you settle back into the stillness. And just imagining what rest, deeper rest in the body might look or feel like to you today. Is it a heaviness through the body, or a softening, or a melting, dissolving? Maybe it's an image that you hold of yourself resting even deeper. There's no way to do it wrong because there's nothing to do. Just intending for yourself to rest and rest deeply is all that's needed. Feeling the effects of that intention in the body now. These sounds happening around you. Be aware of the sounds happening around you, not because they need to change or be any different. Willing to observe the sounds with a sense of neutrality and non-judgment. Noticing the sounds happening on the right side of the body and how the sounds happening on the right side of the body are actually inviting the right side of the body to rest deeper. And aware of the sounds happening on the left side of the body. And how that awareness of the sounds happening on the left side of the body actually rests deeper. Observing the sounds happening at the foot of the body, sounds happening at the feet. And the sounds happening at the head. Then observing the sounds happening all around the body, these sounds that are completely surrounding the body. And as you are aware of those sounds, the entire body rests even deeper. And again, there's this awareness of the breath going in through both nostrils and out. Simply focus on this breath moving in and out of the body. Maybe you focus on the temperature of the air as you inhale and the temperature as you exhale. Perhaps it's the feeling of the torso shifting and adjusting. Or maybe it's the feeling of the breath in the body. There's no wrong way. simply observing the sensation of the body breathing. The intention of the practice today is, of course, to rest, giving yourself this permission to rest, and to rest deeply, and to not do anything at all, and to not try. There's also the intention today of non-judgment. Of course, there's non-judgment in every Nidra practice, but in particular today, deciding now to do this practice completely without judgment, observing any judgments if they come up. And the next stage of the practice is to bring your awareness to different parts of the body. I'll say a part of the body, and you bring your awareness there. There's nothing you have to do. There's no way that you need to make the body feel. You simply become aware of that part of the body. Starting at the space between the eyebrows. Your awareness comes to the space between the eyebrows, noticing what that awareness is like today. Is there a physical sensation there at the space between the eyebrows? Or perhaps you visualize what the space between the eyebrows looks like. Or maybe you imagine placing a twinkling star at the space between the eyebrows. Or maybe there's some other way, because there's no wrong way. And then this awareness moves down to the center of the throat and over to the right shoulder, elbow, wrist, right hand thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, little finger, right wrist, elbow, shoulder, center of the throat, last shoulder, elbow, wrist, left hand thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, little finger, wrist, elbow, shoulder, center of the throat, chest center, right chest, left chest, center of the chest, navel, center of the pelvis, right hip, knee, ankle, big toe, second toe, third, fourth, fifth, right ankle, knee, hip, center of the pelvis, left hip, knee, ankle, big toe, second toe, third, fourth, fifth, left ankle, knee, hip, center of the pelvis, navel, center of the chest, center of the throat, space between the eyebrows, and to be aware of all of the points of the body. Be aware of all of the points of the body. The points of the body resting even deeper. The awareness drifts to the breath. Again, aware of the natural inhales and exhales. And imagining now what might happen if the breath could begin at the bottom of the right foot. And with the next inhale, the inhale would move from the bottom of the right foot all the way up the right side of the body, up to the space between the eyebrows. And the exhale would move from the space between the eyebrows down the left side of the body. And then from the foot, the inhale would move from the left foot up the left side of the body to the space between the eyebrows. And the exhale would move down the right side of the body, back and forth in this way. Inhaling up the right side of the body to the space between the eyebrows. Exhaling down the left side of the body. Inhaling up the left side of the body to the space between the eyebrows. Exhaling down the right side of the body. Continue in this way. Continuing to inhale up one side of the body and exhale down the other. Inhale up that side of the body and exhale down the other. And then with the next exhale, simply allowing this breath awareness to be released and to just rest deeper and to do even less. Fully connected to the sense of curiosity and observing and non-judgment. And in this place of deep rest, using the imagination as much as is needed, fully connecting to those parts of the body touching the surface beneath. All of the awareness at those points of the body that are touching the surface beneath. And then the awareness with the parts of the body not touching any surface. Imagining what it might be like to be fully aware of the parts of the body not touching any surface at all. Next, the awareness goes to the parts of the body experiencing the sensation of a coolness, a cool temperature. Just observing the parts of the body, whether it's there or not. Parts of the body experiencing the sensation of coolness. And then aware of the parts of the body experiencing the sensation of warmth, a warm temperature. Observing any areas of the body, whether it's there or not, experiencing the sensation of warmth. And then to observe any movement within the body, the sensation of movement within the body. And then to observe the sensation of stillness within the body. Then imagining what it might be like to feel connected. Imagining what it might be like to embody the sensation of peace. And connecting to an inner sense of okayness. And then allowing that to release fully, to rest even deeper. And in this place of deep rest, the doors of the imagination can open even more completely to observe with a sense of curiosity, without trying, without judgment. Just observing whatever comes, if anything at all, sensations, images, feelings. While here, suspended in this rest. Peace on the horizon. Like the setting sun. These colors that sing to the heart. To be lit within. While doing nothing at all. This current that moves from here to there. That can get a bit rocky, and can also be clear and smooth. Connecting with the earth. To dissolve in. To become those blades of grass. Rooted. Held by the heart. Tickled by the wind. Solid earth below. Sky above. Earth below. Sky above. And now to simply rest where the two meet. And to simply acknowledge the intention of the practice today, to acknowledge the rest that was experienced, and to acknowledge the intention of observing and resting without judgment, to simply watch whatever came and went or didn't come and go, knowing that that was exactly how that practice was meant to be. And then beginning this process of bringing the practice to a close, first, again, just to notice the breath. Be aware of the inhales and exhales as they come naturally, each breath bringing you closer to the surface, or it might feel right to deepen or lengthen the inhales and exhales. There's the awareness of sounds happening around you in the space you're in, the sounds happening on the right side, which bring you closer to the surface, and the left side. And at the foot of the body, those sounds bring you closer to the surface, and at the top of the body. Aware of all the sounds happening in the space you're in, each sound bringing a sense of clarity and awakening to the mind. And then to be aware of the body, be aware of your body, fully connected to your body. It may feel right to remain still, or it may feel right to start to make those gentle movements that the body just really loves to make after a rest, like wiggling parts of the body or stretching or rocking side to side or twisting or anything that feels right, or to remain still. This practice is now complete. This practice of Yoga Nidra is now complete. It may feel right to remain where you are and to rest a little while longer, or it may feel right to blink your eyes open, taking in the sights, the colors around you, coming all the way back. This practice is now complete. If it's time, if it's right for you, you can blink your eyes open, coming all the way back.